Hello friends, myself Dr. Makaran Mohan Rao Aitode. I am working as Assistant Professor in Department of Botany at Sharat Chandra Pawar Mahavidyalaya, Lonar. So today's topic of our discussion is pollination, its definition and different types of pollination. Before starting this lesson, let us know learning outcomes. Students, after listening this lecture, you are able to understand what is pollination, then different types of pollination with suitable examples. Then we will discuss different types of pollination agencies. Okay, then see, you can see very beautiful, attractive flowers in this slide. Okay, there is a question, why these flowers are so attractive, beautiful, they have different smells, they are full of nectars. There is simple reason. They want reward for their beautification or a particular characteristic. And reward is there in the form of pollinator. Here you can see this beetle is pollinating a flower and its parts like antenna, legs are fully dusted with pollen grains. I will give you a simple example of day-to-day life. That is, we saw different advertisement on TV, particular hero and heroine showing us different products, and by attracting to that advertisement, we as a customer purchase that particular product. Okay, so for that advertisement, the reward is in the form of customer. Similarly, the flowers are beautiful and they get reward in the form of pollinator. So what is pollination? The pollination is the transfer of pollen from the anther of flower to the stigma of same or another flower. Students, I have a little assignment for you. Write down functions of different whorls of flower in your notebook. I will give you few minutes. I hope you have written correct and satisfactory answers. So let us know different functions of different parts of flower. First of all, pedicel. It supports the flower so as to seen by pollinator. Then the sepals are outermost whorl of flower which protect all inner whorls. Next to sepal are petals. The petals are attractive, beautiful, colorful and full of smell so as to attract the pollinators and insect. The nectary produces nectar to attract the insect. Next word is stamen. Stamen is male reproductive structure and filament of stamen supports the anther while anther is the site of pollen development. Then next word is carpel, which is female reproductive structure and stigma of carpel receives pollen grain while style connect the stigma and ovary and it also guides the pollen tube. Then ovary is the site of ovule development. So these are different functions of different whorls of flower. Students, let us see different types of pollination with the help of this schematic presentation. So there are two basic types of pollination, that is self-pollination and cross-pollination. They are also known as autogamy and allogamy respectively. In the self-pollination, there is cleistogamy and cleistogamy. There are two subtypes, that is obligate cleistogamy and facultative cleistogamy. In cross-pollination, there are two basic types, that is geitonogamy and genogamy. Further, genogamy is divided into three subtypes, that is dicliny, dichogamy and chasmogamy. Let us see each one by one. The self-pollination. It involves the transfer of pollen grain from anther of a bisexual flower to the stigma of same flower. It is also called as homogamy. Then we will see cleistogamy. In this type, pollination and fertilization occur in unopened bud. It prevents cross-pollination and ensures self-pollination. There are two basic types. The number one is obligate cleistogamy. In this type, flowers remain closed. They do not open. For example, Commelina bengalensis. So here in this picture, you can see that this plant produces underground small clistogamous flowers on root, while the aerial stem produces normal bluish flower. So these flowers are always remained closed. They do not open, and pollination and fertilization occur in these closed flowers. The best example is Commelina bengalensis. Then the next type is facultative cleistogamy. In this type, flower remain open for very short time. It is also known as pseudocleistogamy, and its example is Portulaca and oxalis. So this is the image of Portulaca oleracea. In this plant, what happens? The pollen grain shed before opening the flower. So they avoid cross pollination, and self pollination takes place in the similar flower. Then our next type is cross pollination. It involves transfer of pollen grain from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. It is also called as allogamy. There are two basic types. The first type is geitonogamy. In this case, the pollen grains are transferred from one flower to the stigma of another flower of same inflorescence or of same plants. For example, cucurbita. Then its next type is gynogamy. In this case, the pollen grains are transferred from one flower to the stigma of flower of another plant. In this type, genetically different types of pollen grain brought to the stigma during the process of pollination. There are examples like papaya and maize. The gynogamy has three basic types. The first one, that is dicliny. In this case, okay, unisexual flowers took part. Okay, it may involve monoecious or dioecious plants. Mean dicliny type is only occur in the plants in which unisexual flowers are present. Then next type is dichogamy. In this case, the flowers are bisexual, but maturation of anther and stigma takes place at different time to avoid self-pollination. The subtype is protandry. In this type, anthers are mature first before carpel. The dispersed pollen grain do not pollinate gynoecium of same flower. For example, family Malvaceae, family Asteraceae, and family Apiaceae. The next subtype is protogyny. Means in this case, carpels mature first before anther. The anther do not dehisce and release pollen grain. For example, family Magnoliaceae and Annonaceae. Then our next type is chasmogamy. Okay, in this type, the cross pollination occurs in bisexual flower, but both anther and carpels mature at same time. Okay, but self-pollination is avoided due to their length of filament and length of style. There are two subtypes. Okay, I will show you some picture here. Just wait. So this is the hexagon bicolor, in which here you can see different length of stamen and different length of style. So as to these pollen grains dehisced by these anthers do not reach to the stigma of this flower. So chasmogamy has two basic types, that is hercogamy and heteromorphism. In hercogamy, what happens? The length of filament of stamen are shorter than the style. That I have shown you previous picture. Okay, so the pollen grains do not reach at the stigma so as to prevent the self-pollination. In such a way, cross-pollination is occurred in this flower. For example, Brassicaceae, Caryophyllaceae. Now, we will discuss another type, that is heteromorphism. In this case, flowers produce different length of styles, that is heterostyly and heteranthi. The heterostyly means different length of stamens, different length of styles, and heteranthy means different length of stamens to avoid the self-pollination, which leads to cross-pollination. For example, Clerodendrum and Linum. Say in this picture, you can see that here the style is bent while real stamens are bent. So the purpose of this mechanism is to avoid self-pollination. It facilitates the cross-pollination. So these are different types of pollination and their subtypes. Now we will discuss different agents of pollination. So there are two basic types, that is abiotic and biotic. In abiotic, there are two types, that is anemophily, the pollination takes place by wind, and another one, that is hydrophily, pollination takes place by water. These are two basic types in abiotic agents, and in biotic agents, we will see different examples. For example, entomophily, the pollination takes place by insect. Then ornithophily, pollination takes place by birds. Then chiropterophily, pollination takes place by bats. Malacophily, pollination takes place by snails and slugs. And last one, that is myrmecophily, that is pollination takes place by ants. So these are different agencies of pollination. Students, I hope with the help of this presentation, you have understood what is pollination, then different types of pollination and different types of pollinating agent. So thank you for listening me carefully.